I'm Sarah Berkeley, founder of Symbiosis Gear, where we make backpacking gear for people with boobs. In this video, I'm going to show you how to pack the Aspen, our first pack, or any ultralight frameless backpack. So there's three things you want to keep in mind. One is weight distribution. So the main weight should be in the middle of the pack. Two is accessibility. Everything you need for the day should be in the outside pockets. And three is shape and size. So you want to make sure the softer things, smoother things are along the back panel so you don't get any chafing or uncomfortableness in the back. So here's how I pack my bag currently for the Continental Divide Trail. And you'll know this changes day by day depending on the weather, depending on the terrain, depending on the gear you're taking with you, and how much food you have. But this is a pretty standard way I've been packing my bag on the Continental Divide Trail. All right, so first I'm using this 35-liter dry bag. You can use a trash bag or a trash compactor bag, whatever you need to keep your stuff dry. And if you know you're going to be hiking in an area where there's like almost zero chance of rain or of getting wet in one way or another, then maybe you don't even need it. I always like to have one with me just in case. On the CDT there's been water crossings and rain, so definitely I've been using a dry bag. First I take that, put it inside. Then I'm going to grab my sleeping bag. And I'm going to jam it way down so I fill in these corners because we want to maximize our space and have as stable of a bag as we can. All right, next I'm going to throw my clothes inside the dry bag as well. Great, so all of our lightweight stuff is now at the bottom of the bag. A lot of that is really fluffy, so it can pack down more and more, so the bag is actually smaller overall. Next I'm going to put my food in, which is probably the heaviest thing to go in. This is about 4 days worth of food here. I've got it in an op sack, which helps with odors. You don't have to pack it in this kind of bag. It's really up to you what you use. I'm using this right now because I wanted to try it out and I think it's a good thing to use. I've also used a Granite Gear type bag like this, but obviously bigger for my food, and that can be nice too. Usually it has a little thing to hang it in a tree if you're doing a bear hang, or you're doing a little bear hang of like hanging on a lower branch. But for right now, I'm using the op sack. So the way I'm going to pack it in the bag, I've got the smooth side that's going to land on my back. This is nice and smooth. I'm going to put that side toward the back panel. All right, next I'm going to put my pot in. Cook stove and pot are here, along with lighter and a few other pieces of food to just fill it out so it doesn't rattle around too much when I'm hiking. This is probably the most awkward thing to pack. Just the shape and the weight of it, the condensed weight is kind of awkward. So I'm gonna put it here, inside the bag, right over there. Next is my ditty bag. This is a Granite Gear 2.4 liter bag. I've got my toothbrush, my toothpaste, cork ball, all kinds of little tiny things are in here. I'm gonna put it right here next to the pot. Next I've got my electronics, which I just keep in a Ziploc bag. If it's really raining hard, you're gonna want this inside your dry bag as well. That's gonna go right on top of the ditty bag. Next I get to go back to some lighter items. I'm full to about there right now, and it will pack down over the day, and as I put more stuff in, I'm gonna jam it down a little more. So I've got my tent. It is in a stuff sack. Really doesn't need to be, but I put it in a stuff sack just to give it a little extra protection. This is my sleeping pad, also in a stuff sack for extra protection. Probably doesn't need it, but just in case. And now I'm going to use my rain gear to kind of fill out some of these weird shapes around the pack. Sometimes if I know I'm going to use them during the day, I'll have it right on top. I use the rain gear for bug protection, for rain, and for wind, so I use it quite a bit. But we're pretending this is the morning. Today I don't anticipate using the rain pants until the evening, so I'm going to go ahead and stuff them in there. Alright, next is my rain jacket. Similarly, I often put it on the top of the bag. Today we're going to put it inside to use it to fill out some of those gaps. Alright, that's it for the body of the pack, so we can go ahead and close that up. Now I'm going to check the back by pressing on it, see if I feel any odd bumps. I can feel something in the food bag isn't quite right, so if I were going to pack out with this, I might undo it and rearrange a couple things in there. Maybe shove that rain gear down here for a little extra protection. The other thing you can do with this before you start hiking is a little bit of a smashy smash, which can also work out some of those little things and just make sure everything is a little bit more comfortable. All right, now for the outside pockets. In the front pocket, I'm going to put my lunch, spoon, all-purpose cloth, and bug net, bathroom kit, put it on the opposite side from the spoon. Now I've got the sit pad, which I put on the outside. And next we're going to look at the bottom pocket. So these are things I want to have access to while I'm walking that I don't have to stop to grab. So what I put in there: sunscreen, bug cream, snacks, and lastly, water bottles. And those can get tightened down here. There you have it. That's how I pack an ultralight pack. So keep in mind the 3 factors I mentioned: accessibility, what do you need to have access during the day while you're hiking; 2, weight distribution, so put the heaviest stuff in the middle; and 3, shape and size, so you don't get any chafing or anything in the back. If you found this helpful, please like and subscribe. And if you want to see my full gear list, I will link to it below. Happy trails!